Welcome to the Making College Affordable podcast with me, Jason Fleury, certified financial planner professional and college planning specialist. I'm about to show you the inside secrets colleges don't want you to know and help you become a more educated consumer when it comes to paying for college. I believe you should enjoy the journey of allowing your kids to pursue their dreams without having to sacrifice yours. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. So let's get started. Hey, and welcome everybody to episode number 1 of the Making College Affordable podcast. I'm Jason Fleury, and I'm thrilled to share with you some of the game-changing experiences and expertise that I've learned over the past 20 plus years as a certified financial planner professional and college planning specialist. I have a great topic lined up for you today, and that's how to avoid the mistake that 87% of people make when they're building their college list. The college selection process is one of the most difficult and most stressful parts of the whole planning process. When you're first starting out, it's really too early to have any kind of direction or any kind of momentum, and then you've got the stress of needing to get things moving, especially if you've waited too late to begin in the first place, and all of it can be very, very overwhelming. In order to have a successful journey anywhere, you've got to have an idea of what your destination is up front so that you can stay on course and you can know that you're headed in the right direction. Well, it's the same way when you're mapping out colleges. But 9 out of 10 people are doing things incorrectly when they're building their college list, and I'm going to show you why that happens. See, the list is the foundation of everything that follows in the whole college planning process. If you don't get it right, you can't really expect anything else to fall into place. And with college costing so much, there's really no way that you can make such a critical mistake. So how is it, if the college list is so important, that so many people are messing this foundational piece of the process up? Well, as I'll show you, their problem is actually quite simple. And here's how it happens. The vast majority of people start building their list by browsing websites and gathering information about colleges at college fairs and from their volunteers at the college and career room at the high school. They may talk with their counselor, and they may even do some college visits to see everything in person. So now all this information gets piled up and gets added to the schools that the students already understand and know, even if it's only because of college football. And eventually you see them selecting 5 or 10 colleges that they want to apply to. All right, well, you might be thinking, that all sounds pretty normal. What's wrong with that? Well, I'm going to show you what's wrong with it. And I think when you see it, the light will come on for you in a way that will change your whole college planning experience. See, the problem with this type of approach is the order in which things are being done. In the process that I just described, one very important thing is missing, and that's the attributes that your student values most in his or her ideal college experience. Gathering information about all these colleges tells you a lot about what they offer, but it doesn't really do anything to help you identify what your kids want. You just kind of have to hope that they recognize it when they get there. But with the average 4-year degree taking over 5.5 years for most people to complete, it's pretty clear that they're not finding it in time. So what can we do to fix this problem? Well, fortunately, it's not a very complicated solution, because the way to build your college list the right way is to start with the attributes that are most important to your kids and to their success. And then, and only then, search for the colleges that offer as many of those key attributes in the same place. That way you know that every college on the list has a realistic chance of working out. So what kind of attributes are we talking about here? Well, your students' attributes can be a lot of things, ranging from the kind of careers that they find interesting to which majors lead to opportunities in those occupations. You want to find a couple of potential options that look good, and then search for colleges that offer as many of those things on the same campus as possible. That way your kids don't have the pressure of making such a life decision while they're still in high school. And if for some reason your kids end up changing their mind about what direction they want to go, you'll likely have other attractive options already on campus so that you don't have to lose a bunch of credits in a transfer or add years to their college career, which could cost you a fortune. Some of the other attributes they may be interested in are things like location, what part of the country that the school is located in, the setting, like if it's in an urban environment or in a city or a suburb or maybe a rural campus, and then their school size. Of course, there's large universities and small colleges and everything in between. You're probably going to want to do some college visits at some point to help develop these preferences or at least confirm the ones that you think are in place. But by filtering all of this in the beginning, you can save yourself a lot of time and really only pursue the ones that have the best chance of working out. So now with a strong list of attributes in hand and you understand what you're looking for, then we've got to begin looking to see which of these colleges can your kids get into, and which one of those can offer scholarships and financial aid. See, paying for college is probably just as important as getting into college for a lot of people, and maybe even more important. So learn that before you waste a lot of time visiting colleges and gathering a bunch of information. There's just no sense in rushing down a road that's going to eventually end in a cul-de-sac anyway. So with each of these attributes that you add to your filter, you're naturally going to reduce your college list count. But eventually you're going to have 6 to 8 to maybe 10 colleges that you know will offer your kids what they want at a price point that you can afford. You're also going to know in advance what their chances are of success with admissions and scholarships, and that's going to take a lot of the guesswork and anxiety out of this process for you. Wouldn't it be nice to actually enjoy the journey instead of worrying about how it's going to end all the way through? Well, now that you're beginning to see a little bit more of the bigger picture, let me ask you a question. At what point did I mention selecting colleges by their name or by their brand name recognition? That's just it. I didn't. It's the last and least important thing in the whole process for most people, yet that's where most everybody else starts, with the college name. Think of this process like buying a house. I mean, after all, it's just about as expensive, and you can't finance it for 30 years like you do your mortgage. But let's suppose you were interested in moving. So you called a realtor and you asked for a list of addresses that he or she thought would be good for you and maybe could offer you some discounts off the asking price. Now, maybe you don't shop for houses like that, but that's typically how people shop for college. They want to know the best name, and they want to know where they can get the best deal. But with no more information than that, the realtor can't really help you find what you're looking for. What that person really needs is a list of attributes that you're looking for in this new dream home. Things like location, number of bedrooms and bathrooms, the price range, the style of house that you're looking for. All of these things are essential attributes that realtor needs to be able to consider when analyzing and trying to find those potential opportunities for you. Those are your unique attributes, and they're more important than the popular features that are just designed into pretty much every other random home. So as you begin to evaluate what's available out there, you'll begin to sort of prioritize what your must-haves are versus what your nice-to-haves are. And then as you begin to refine that even more, you're eventually going to end up with a list of addresses. But those are the last things that you learn about your future home. Now think about it. In the grand scheme of things, as long as your primary attributes have been covered, the actual street address is probably an insignificant factor in your purchase decision. I mean, after all, it's not the reason to ever buy a house, but it's the same with the colleges. If you have your key attributes covered, the name of the college really just doesn't matter as much as the rest of the value that the college offers. Obviously, you may be thinking, well, some names are important because of their recognition and reputation, and I agree with you. But chasing after those colleges without first determining your must-have characteristics, that's a mistake. And it's a mistake that's so easy to make that it trips up most people who work with professional counselors and even some of the lower-level college planners like those that do the workshops at your high school. It takes the insight and experience of a seasoned college planning specialist to navigate these essential parts of the college planning process successfully. And only the smartest parents recognize this. But now you know it too. So build your college list the right way and enjoy the benefits that it brings into your family's life. You'll be ahead of the pack and have the greatest chance possible to beat the colleges at their own game. Good luck. I hope you've enjoyed and benefited from today's show. If you like what you've heard, please give us a good rating wherever you get your podcasts and share us with your friends. Also, if you have any specific questions or comments about anything we've covered today, email those questions to podcast@mycollegeplanners.com. You can also visit our website at mycollegeplanners.com to get personalized recommendations on how to make college more affordable and learn how working with a college planning specialist can improve your life. Thanks again for listening today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.